Good morning, good night, and good evening, my motherfucking royals. It's 1:38, and I was about to say I'm just getting home, but I'm waiting for my food. So I was like, why not come out here and make a video? And so today I actually wanted to talk about Agent Smith attacks. And if you've never seen The Matrix, pretty much Agent Smith is like the program that keeps people stuck in the Matrix. Like if somebody's trying to break free from the Matrix or anything like that, then Agent Smith will show up and try to fix the problem. And so basically, when you vibrate high, when you're not a member of the collective consciousness, right? But specifically when you start getting to the point where like physically the darkness or the devil can no longer touch you, that's when the devil or the darkness, however you want to look at it, will start to employ the use of Agent Smith attacks. And so basically, we got 999 down here. And so basically, let's say, you are steadfast, 111, you are steadfast in your devotion, you are leveling up, you're shining bright, you're taking real good care of yourself, and you are like shining, you are glowing with the fire of God, right? So at this point, the devil knows he can't physically put hands on you, but he can create situations in which the people around you, he can basically afflict them, and then they will pretty much attack you. And so this is going to kind of go into like trust and discernment, and like trust and discernment as well. And so with me being the state that I'm in right now, with how much work that I put into myself, not just physically but spiritually, and everything I do to maintain that state, I can tell just by looking around that there's nobody in my immediate reality that's on the same level as me. There's nobody in my immediate reality that is a vessel for God, that is a vessel for Source. There's nobody. 222, as I'm saying that. I know, right? And so if you follow me for a long time, one thing that I've always said specifically is my trust has always been earned, not given. And it was 234 as I was saying that. And I feel like nowadays everybody should lean more towards that. And so this is all going to tie in together, I promise, right? And so when we talk about leveling up and protecting your energy, right? The devil is always going to see an opportunity through people that are not at the same spiritual level as you to attack you. And so basically, if you allow these people to stay in positions of trust within your energy or your circle, then basically the devil or the darkness, however you want to look at it, has a back door into your life. And so really, what you should be doing, right? Like what I do is I keep most people at an arm's length. I keep most people at a distance. And 333 as I'm saying that. I keep most people at an arm's length, right? I can still love them at an arm's length. I can still love them. I can still care for them. I can still be their friends, all of that, right? But I'm not allowing them to get close enough to fuck me over. And so then what you do, right, is you have them at the arm length, but then, right, now you act like nothing's wrong. You don't act like anything, is bothering you, like nothing like that. And basically now you give that person the illusion of trust. You give them the illusion that you trust them, right? And so basically now what this does is it gives this person freedom to operate. Now that they have your trust, or so they think, now that they believe that they have your trust, now you're really going to see how they choose to operate. And the people that are touched by God, right? God is telling you everything that people do behind your back anyway. So it's not really going to matter what they do, right? But so what happens now is all of the snakes, when they think that they have your trust and that you're not paying attention to anything, that's when they start to do the shit 444 to try to sabotage you, set you up, that kind of stuff, to stab you in the back. And meanwhile, you're just sitting there looking. Like for me personally, I usually just smile in those people's faces and I act like extra buddy with them because, like, confirmation right there. And I usually just act extra buddy because, like, God already told me what you did. God already told me what you were planning, and if he didn't, he's about to do things in your life that I know are you receiving negative judgment for something you did to me. And so yeah, and so always, until you know, either verify that somebody is a vessel for source, or you know, you can see that the person is moving with you know, all pure intentions and that kind of stuff. Always keep people at that arm's length. Always keep them at that distance, just to cover your own ass. And so the next thing, though, when it comes to leveling up and, you know, being on fire for God, like a lot of times, you know, you'll hear people say God's favor isn't fair, and it really isn't. But with that 555, people will start to become envious. People will start to, you know, be jealous. I know, kind of same thing. But all it really takes for the devil to start turning people against you when you're in a higher vibrational state is just a whisper. Like, all he has to do is whisper in somebody's ear, oh, he thinks he's better than you. Oh, he has to, like, you know, something along the lines of where that tiny thought is then going to snowball, and it's going to completely derail the path that they were taking. And now they're veering over into, you know, the devil energy, basically. And so, when you think of the Matrix, any and everybody that is not awakened can be Agent Smith, meaning that any and every single person that is not in a higher vibrational state, they can be accessed by devil energy at any point in time. And you especially have to be weary of people that claim God, and they claim, like, they act like they read the scripture, they like all of this stuff, but they don't actually live. And now, I'm not saying you have to, you know, read your Bible and like, you know, scour the pages and do all this stuff. No, because there are a lot of people out there that ascend just fine, and they really do not use the Bible that much, right? But what I'm saying is, nowadays you have to be weary of people who outwardly push their quote-unquote religion outwardly, because generally that's a mask. Generally what they're trying to do is deceive most people into thinking that they are religious, so that they gain their trust, so then they can do fuck shit behind their back. And one thing is, like, right, when you can see inside of people, when you're good at profiling people, when you can see into their souls, nobody that claims to really follow God is going to have envy in their heart. They're not going to have, like, prejudice in their heart. And you can just tell, you can really just tell by the way that people act around other people, by the way they look at certain people. You can really tell in a heartbeat whether or not somebody is carrying those either demonic or dark energies inside of them. And so if this message graced your page today, then perhaps, you know, it's time to start reevaluating the circle. Maybe it's time to get some people at arm's length, and maybe it's time to start, you know, looking. The other thing is, you never want the enemy to know what you're doing, right? And so for me specifically, I know a lot of people, like, in my reality, talk about the stuff that I'm doing. I know a lot of people like all that shit. And so what do? Like, I run my mouth 24/7. Half the time, more than half the time, it's not even actually what I'm thinking. It's not even actually what I want to do. It's not even the direction that I'm planning to take. I do that just to put out the information, so that then people start going telling other people. So then now it's putting the enemy behind, because they're like, oh, Jordan said he's going to try and do this, now I'm going to try and sabotage this. Whole time I'm really, like, gearing up to go in the completely opposite direction. The other thing is, I say it a million times, I'll say it a million times more, starseeds, your families 9 times out of 10, like 9.99 times out of 10, your families are not for you. You came to break the generational curses, and it eats them up inside that you actually had the bravery and the courage to 1010 to actually heal your traumas and to be different, because they just compartmentalized everything. They just tucked everything down, buried it away, and they just kept pushing forward. You had the courage to break that mold. You had the courage to look at that bloodline and be like, you know what? Like, God was like, you know what, Jordan, you right here, you see this family right here? Yeah, you're strong enough to fucking heal that shit. So I'm going to send you right there, because the people before you, they failed. So I'm going to send you in there. So it's like that type of energy, right? And so a lot of times you hear these stories where starseeds families are fucking them over. I just made the video and I had put it out about the Reiki healing I had done. And like I said, I had gotten confirmation. Like, I had already known, because like me and God talk all day, every day. He tells me everything. God is showing me everything that people do behind my back. And my family has done so much shit behind my back. 11/11. And so, like, I had just put that video out. I was just talking to my brother about this. I had just put that video out the other day, right? Maybe 2 days ago, I think. Whenever I saw the movie, I put that video out and I had put the Reiki healing in. And then all of a sudden today, I'm walking down the steps in my house to go to work, and I see like a little shard of glass on the steps. Okay. Nobody takes, like, we don't really have glass upstairs, and nobody would have broken glass on the staircase. And the only people that travel on the staircase, like on the day-to-day basis, are me and my younger brother, right? I mean, my mom goes up there and she goes through our rooms and shit like that all the time. But so to me, like, now knowing and seeing that me and my brother didn't break anything and put the glass there, there's only X amount of people that live in the house, 12. So who really could it have been? Like, to me, it just makes me think, oh, I just exposed them in my last video, so now you're gonna do some fuck shit. Which, I mean, that's cool. You can do what you want, I guess. But if you didn't want to get exposed, you shouldn't fucking do evil shit. And yeah, so like, y'all already know, keeping the people at a distance, you know, be wary. Yeah, it's like the same thing with my laptop, right? Like, I want to say last year, I think, actually, like, somebody in my house while I was at work went, and I really think they poured water on my laptop, but they did something to my laptop to where the O button is constantly like being spazzed. It's constantly being pressed. So like, I can't type anything on my laptop. Some of the keys don't work. If I'm like trying to watch a movie or something, I pretty much have to just go to like Amazon Prime and then just click like around in the categories to try to find something. I can't type anything. And so like that's just like, you know, some of the stuff. And it's like, it comes back to the point where you realize this stuff, and that's where you realize that the darkness, the devil and his associates, they're not smart. They're dumb as fucking bricks, and they think that they're fucking smart, and it's fucking hilarious. That's why, like, God is always like, Jordan, just chillax, don't do anything, don't give them a reaction, just wait, because I got something planned for them, and they're only gonna have themselves to thank for it. And I'm like, I've been waiting, baby. I've been waiting. Let it happen already. Let it fucking happen already. But, you know, I'm just chilling. I'm just being patient. But if this message came across your page today, then reanalyze your willingness to trust people, reanalyze who's in your circle, and make sure that y'all are taking the utmost care in protecting y'all's energy, and making sure that you don't give the devil the opportunity to backdoor you through an Agent Smith attack.